Speaking of technology and all the things that are great in modern world here, it was chilly last night. I had to turn on the heater, turn it up. I was like, what is this? This is fall.
I use my space heater for now. I thought about turning on the heat, but I was like, I just can't. We're going to be in the 80s this week. How could I possibly do that? But no, it's getting chilly. Those overnights for sure. But we've got lots of sunshine outside right now, and we're definitely starting to warm up. A lot of us in the 60s, even some 70s out in western Oklahoma. So it's a beautiful day. But yeah, those mornings are a little crisp. You definitely need the jacket this morning, but definitely not in the afternoon. Now let's go to Links 1. So there we go. We ended up at 38 degrees again in Oklahoma City, at 34 though in El Reno. Lots of 30s across the state this morning, even some low 30s across the Red River. So it got very cold, but just kind of looking at where we've been for the month of October, we're actually running 1.5 degrees above average. So we're halfway there. We've seen quite a bit of rain, but how much rain? Well, we're still below average. So far, we've seen a less than 1.5 inches of rain. So running a little bit below, but it's certainly not been one of the driest Octobers. In fact, the driest was back just in 2020, where we only had a trace of rain. And then down there in 1924, we had 0.38. So we're doing pretty good as far as that's concerned, but we're certainly not one of the wettest Octobers yet either. In fact, back in 1983, we had over 13 inches of rain. Back in 2000, a little over 8 inches. So not quite either the driest or the wettest. We're just kind of at average, but running just a little bit below. So this is our National Cowboy Museum camera, part of our Lucky Star Skycam network. Certainly no rain today. Lots of sun, temperatures running about average again. 65 degrees right now with the wind coming in out of the south at about 11 miles an hour. Lots of low to mid 70s across the west, but we still have some low to mid 60s across eastern Oklahoma with the wind coming in out of the south to southwest between about 10 in eastern Oklahoma to almost about 25 miles an hour out to the west. So that's why we're a little bit warmer out that way. But just kind of looking at the big picture, we had some frost advisories across north central Oklahoma early this morning. That, of course, is long gone, but we are waiting for our next cold front to move in. We actually have a cold front moving in from the north and west. You can see it out there in the northwest, but yes, eventually it's going to drop through here over the next 24 hours or so, making it through Oklahoma City probably sometime late tomorrow afternoon. The wind's going to be coming in out of the north, and temperatures will slowly drop, but it's not going to be a big drop by any means. In fact, by the time we get into, it looks like Thursday afternoon, temperatures still running above normal. So we're going to stay warm throughout the rest of the week, kind of the same thing as we get into the weekend. As we get into early next week, we're watching a couple of storm systems that will kind of merge together. We've got some tropical moisture coming in out of the south, another storm system coming in out of the north and west, and these can merge together, bringing a pretty decent rainfall across at least parts of the state as we get to about Wednesday into Thursday. Behind it, some data kind of goes back and forth of exactly how cold it could get. Temperatures would likely drop behind this front, especially if we have some rain around, but we'll see how that all gets as we get a little bit closer. We're going to fine tune it. But today, looking for a high of about 73 degrees in Oklahoma City, but the upper 70s in Alva, 81 degrees in Woodward, 78 in Alta, 74 later this afternoon in Lawton. Overnight tonight, it still looks a little chilly. This time the wind's going to be out of the south and it's going to be breezy, so I think that's why it's going to feel just a little bit more cool, but temperatures only dropping technically into the upper 40s here in Oklahoma City, but about 50 in Alva, 45 in Clinton, 46 in Lawton, 47 tomorrow morning in Ardmore. But tomorrow afternoon, out ahead of the front, it's going to be a south wind. I think we actually make it to about 80 degrees in Oklahoma City, the low 80s in the southwest and coming down a little bit more quickly in the northwest, so low 70s. I think that's where we end up tomorrow afternoon. As far as any rain, really don't see a whole lot of that. There is a chance of sprinkles in northeast and parts of eastern Oklahoma, but I'm keeping Oklahoma City out of that for now. Thursday afternoon, we're in the mid 70s. This time the wind's coming in out of the northwest, but by the time we get into Friday, temperatures go back up. We're back to about 80 degrees. We're going to stay in the low 80s through the weekend. Next week, though, with that next storm system, temperatures start to come back down. Lisa, back to you.